Welcome to the Fancy Comma presentation, So You Want to Be a Blogger. This is a four-part presentation series. If you are interested in starting your own blog, this presentation series will teach you what you need to know about getting started, creating and posting unique and interesting content, finding a platform, building and maintaining an audience, building and maintaining a community of fellow bloggers, and promoting your work. In short, what you need to know to be a successful blogger. In this first part, we will focus on what you need to start blogging. We will start by talking about why people decide to blog, and then we will explain what you need to start blogging. Let's start by talking about why people decide to blog, who should blog, and what you should focus on when deciding to start a blog. So why do people decide to start blogging? Because it is a way for people to share their thoughts, interests, and knowledge. They blog because they have something important or interesting to say that they think other people will want to hear. People blog about just about anything: food, sports, crafts, art, movies, science, technology, writing. Basically any topic you can think of that would be of interest to multiple other people is something people could and likely already do blog about. Blogging isn't just or even mainly about getting your thoughts out there because you want to talk about them. Blogging is about building a community of followers around shared interests. Blogging is a way to expose other people to useful or interesting information or ideas. It is a way to speak to the interests of that community and find a common bond based on shared interests, experiences, or ideas, and to offer something new to the conversation. People blog as a hobby or as a career. It just depends on the time you are willing and able to commit and the level of interest you have in blogging. Regardless of how much of your life you spend on it, if you're knowledgeable about a topic and a passionate, creative, and compelling writer, you can be a successful blogger. Of course, building and maintaining a successful blog is about more than just writing capabilities, but being a good writer is the most basic requirement. There are numerous blogs on just about any topic you can think of available on the web. When you choose what you want to blog about, you will be entering the conversation that has already started. You will be building a community of followers for your blog, but the members of this community will undoubtedly also be members of various other communities of followers of other blogs on the same and different topics. So you need to make sure you stand out. You need to find, build, and grow your own unique brand, your own unique perspective and style that draws people in and adds to the conversation already happening in the community built by shared interests. Blogging is about sharing and exploring your interests and passions. There are many ways to approach blogging. You can choose to position yourself as a content expert, focusing on a single topic area. You can also vary your topics and set yourself up as a jack of all trades who has something interesting and valuable to say about a variety of related or assorted topics. Much of this will have to do with your own personality. The key is to write about things that you know about and about which you have something interesting to say. There are many reasons people start a blog and numerous topics that people blog about. The one commonality across interests and specific purposes is that people blog because they want other people to be aware of and engage with a topic that is important to them. Blogging is a platform that allows you to create interest in things that are important to you, to bring visibility to issues or important topics, to garner support for causes and issues, to share your thoughts and concerns, to explore new ideas and activities, and to build connections with other people. The rest of this presentation will focus on talking about what you need to start blogging. Specifically, what you need to do to build a solid foundation and set yourself up for success. As mentioned, in a sea of blogs on any topic under the sun, starting a blog is rarely about starting a conversation, but rather about joining one. The key is to make yourself stand out among other bloggers. You need to build a unique and authentic brand, a brand that is uniquely you. In order to do this, you need to know yourself. who you are, your perspectives and interests, your writing style, and what matters to you. However, you also need to know your audience so you can tailor your self-presentation so that it speaks to as many other people as possible. You need to focus on figuring out your personal writing style and how to set yourself up to stand out, bringing new information, new perspectives, or a new interpretation to the conversation. You also need to be flexible in your approach to blogging. You need to be ready to learn new skills to broaden your skill set and to make your writing and promotion stand out. It is vital to be open to hearing advice. You do not need to take all advice that you are given, but you need to hear it with open ears to make sure you are not missing valuable insights. You should be ready to experiment with content, whether this means writing about a variety of topics or writing about the same topics in a variety of ways. Finally, you need to be ready to experiment with your brand or your self-presentation, focusing on finding the way that speaks to your audience and helps you build and maintain followers. You also need to be patient. Getting your blog going and getting others to notice it takes time. You will be one among many, and before readers can find you and see that you stand out, they need to be aware of you. Even with rigorous promotion and word of mouth, it can take a little while before a significant amount of people become aware of your blogs. Before you start your blog, and while you are building your audience and waiting for recognition, you should focus on building a strong foundation, including content and promotion strategies to keep your blog dependable but fresh and evolving. Persistence is also key. At the beginning and throughout the life of your blog, you need to build a dependable and interesting blog. Per dependability, it is critical to post regularly and to vary what you post. You should focus on evolving your content topics and perspectives and to evolve your blogging style in terms of writing and visual presentation, including the visual aids and imagery that you use. You should also always seek out new audiences, without, of course, alienating your current audience. Key to successful blogging is being original and compelling. This is a point worth repeating. You need to attract and maintain your audience. In order to do this, you need to catch their attention. This means eye-catching titles, eye-catching images, and compelling content. Remember, first impressions are lasting impressions and shade how people see your content. You need to focus on making a strong first impression and maintaining the image of yourself and your blog that you created in that first impression. Blogging takes time. Even if you are a hobby blogger, projects are often time-consuming. Of course, you could just sit down and churn out a short blog. But if you want to stand out, you need to focus on creating quality content. Quality means well-written, compelling, well-organized content that keeps your reader interested from the first to the last word. The key to creating quality content, more than being a good writer, is preparation and editing. It is said that you should write without fear and edit without mercy. Editing is often a multi-step process and one that can take significantly longer than writing. Finally, you also need to focus beyond the written content to the organization of your blog and blog site and the images that you use. Planning is also critical to success. To keep up with regular blogging and to maintain and build your audience, you need to have a set routine that you stick to. Find a routine that fits into your schedule and fits with how much time you have to devote to your blog. You also need to plan your content well ahead of posting. Your content should be planned 1 to many months ahead so you create a well-organized, structured series of posts that build on and interconnect with each other. You should take the same approach with self-promotion. Your promotion action plan should be goal-oriented and long-term, with built-in regular actions that you will take to increase your visibility and grow your audience. Finally, And arguably most importantly, you need to remember to take time for yourself on a regular basis. Productivity means working at peak performance. Being at peak performance requires having the energy to be able to focus and be efficient. You cannot function at your peak if you are burned out. You should take regular breaks throughout the workday as well as regular breaks during the week. The idea of self-care is becoming a prominent phrase, and for good reason. Blogging takes time, energy, patience, and persistence, and all of these demands require that you be well rested, healthy, and focused on the tasks ahead of you. Thank you for watching the first part in this 4-part series, So You Want to Be a Blogger? This first part focused on why people blog and what you need to start blogging and build a solid foundation. Next, tune into the second part of this series on the Fancy Comma YouTube channel. The second part will focus on one of the key building blocks of blogging, building and maintaining your audience. Follow Fancy Comma LLC on Twitter and check out the other presentations on our YouTube channel covering a variety of topics around science communication and journalism. If you enjoy our content, please visit our webpage to join the emailing list for our monthly newsletter.